Monday, May 4th, 2026. We leave in 3 days, I guess, on Thursday for a 2-week trip to Peru. We are going to hike the Huayhuash. I've seen it pronounced both ways, so I'm not real sure. But yeah, it's outside of Juarez, not to be confused with Juarez, Mexico. It's outside of Juarez, Peru. And we've been training like crazy all winter and all spring. I think we're in pretty good shape. The hike is going to be about 50 something miles in 10 days, almost 60 miles, I guess. So the distance isn't too bad. The challenge is that every camp we will be at will be above 13,500 feet of elevation, and almost every day will be above 15,500 feet of elevation. One day will be above 16,500. So these will be altitudes that I've never seen, and Jennifer's never even come close to them. And I know I've bonked at 14,000 feet before. Every time I went above 14, I've bonked. So I'm a little nervous about the elevation. We both got prescriptions for Diamox, which is supposed to help for altitude acclimatization. So hopefully that'll make things better for acclimating. We leave Thursday and we have 5 days in Juarez to get acclimated. Juarez is about 10,000 feet up. We'll spend a couple of those days hiking and trying to get up high and trying to get acclimated more. And then we start. Now, one thing interesting about this trip is we decided, because of the elevation, that carrying our packs with 10 days of food was just unimaginable. Like I couldn't imagine being above 14,000 feet for 10 days, carrying 10 days worth of food on my back. So we decided to hire a muleteer, they call it, to haul our gear with mules, and hired a guy to do that. And then he convinced us to hire a cook also. I told him I did not want a guide at all. I was very insistent upon that. So we arranged for transportation to the trailhead with him, and we'll get there. We'll start the trip. I don't even know what that is, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, like on Tuesday, I think, next week. So yeah, I think we're ready for it. And yeah, so this will be the first really big backpacking trip that Jennifer's ever done. And so kind of throwing her into the deep end, but I know she can handle it. And then we'll get to see a new country, and that's the best part of the whole thing. I got places out there I really want to see, and hopefully try to get some good pictures and do some good photography, since I'm not going to have to worry about carrying a heavy load and cooking every night. So that's how we're going to do it. So I'll try to keep you updated, and we'll get started in a couple days. Listen really quietly, you can hear the band. 3 miles and 1,700 feet of elevation down. That's the town of Juarez. The trail there, the road we've been on, is Puca Ventana. just got here. We're just about 4.5 hours in this truck to get here, and there's all of our gear for the next 10 days. And I see this. And that's where we're going. So this is the starting trailhead. It is 10 o'clock on Wednesday, May 13th. You ready?
Ready.
You excited?
Yeah.
You nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you nervous about?
Go slow.
You're not. You're supposed to go slow. Don't be nervous about it. Be nervous about going fast. Okay? Don't go fast. Drink water, right?
Right.
Drink water and go slow. So that's it. So we've got about 5.5 miles to go get that mountain back there. First time I've seen those mountains. But I think we've got to go straight up. I mean, we got to go straight up right here. We're at about 13,300, I think, 13,300 feet. And we've got to go up. So there's your oil. Yep, and there's our lunch starting today. So we've got our cook, and they're going to load our gear up on these mules. And it's got a ton of gear, 20-pound propane tanks and everything. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm ready to get out there. Ready to get out of that big city and out here on the trail. Said our starting elevation was 13.3. It's actually 13.6. It's almost 13.7. So yeah, we're at Cordillera Huayhuash. It's the trailhead. It's a campsite here. You can see we are, I think the trail is going to take us right up through that slot, right up through there. So, going to be steep starting out for sure. But of course, she's found animals to pet. There's our gear coming up behind us. She's doing great. And we're over halfway up the pass. Just over half a mile to go. Maybe 600 feet. Officially higher than I've ever been. Over like 14.8 right now. So yeah, feeling good. You can feel it, but feeling good. We're headed that way. We're less than, I think, 300 feet below the pass. So we're almost 14,900 feet. Way higher than I've ever been. So yeah, officially the highest I've ever been on my own 2 feet. Way higher than she's ever been. Feeling better than I've ever felt, about 14. Acclimated and got the diamond. There's our first look at the pass. That's going to be 15.2. Got right at about 300 feet to go and half a mile. So, it's not too bad. We'll see. I just passed 15,000 feet for the first time in my life. I feel pretty good. It's kind of amazing how much getting acclimated and being in good cardio helps. And yeah, feeling good. 15,000 feet. A little over 200 feet to go, and probably right at 200 feet to go, and we're at the pass. Come way up. You can see the bottom of the valley way down there. We come up about 1,700 feet of elevation. We are almost at the pass. It's right there. So 5 more minutes. We'll be there. Been good. Made it, baby. At the top of the pass. We come up from there, and now we're headed down to there. Alright, we're about 1.5 miles away from the first camp. I can see all the green open hillsides and cows. Always cows wherever I go. at that view. It's a little after 3. It's about 5 after 3, and that's our campsite for tonight. Hello, cow. Can't even wrap my head around how a big slab of concrete made its way up here. It's crazy. I feel like we're in the dead marshes in Lord of the Rings. I should be seeing dead elves and men and orcs in these little pools. It's cool. Yoel is our Gollum to help us get out. He looks more excited than Gollum ever did. Alright, we're on day 2. We're climbing up part of the Alpine Circuit loop here. So we left the main route down there. We're about 15,300 feet right now, which is where we topped out yesterday. So today we're going to get higher. I forgot the Diamox this morning, so I'm feeling it today. Sleep last night wasn't great. I slept about 4 hours solid, and then it was up and down for the rest of the night, and not very good up and down at all. But it was really nice last night. The sky was really dark after the sun went down. The wind died off after the sun went down, and didn't get cold till 3 or 4 o'clock this morning. So yeah, keep going up and up through the cows. Okay, Rondoy is the one on the right. Hirishanka,
Yeah.
it's the big one. And left,
Yurupaha
Yachika.
Chico, Alkai.
Okay, on the left.
Yurupaha.
Okay. It's beautiful.
Cookies are falling all over my back.
All right, we're coming into Camp 2. Cordillera Grande is up there. I think it's the one on the left, I think. Yeah, it's only 2:15. Had a good day. We need to get the tents out and the tent out to dry and some other things. Got some other chores. All right, we're leaving camp on the morning of day 3. As you can see, the big mountains back here at the end of the lake are gone this morning. Got up to take sunrise photos of the sun bouncing off of them, and it rained most of the night, or not most of the night, but a good part of the night. And clouds are buried in, so no pictures. that camp was busy. Evidently, it's the back end of a loop, so it's a short loop, and there's some really big groups doing it. Yeah, so we're doing well. We remembered our Diamox this morning, so should be strong today. It's a longer hike day and a lot of elevation gain. So this is one of the 2 hard days, today and tomorrow. But they should both be extremely worth it for the views. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah, beginning of day 3. We'll see what we see today. Hopefully these clouds break and we can get some good mountain shots for all the work we're doing.
I know.
You having a good time?
Yes.
You are?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's a whole lot stronger at altitude than I am. The Diamox makes her a machine. She doesn't even need it. Hasn't been too hard though, has it?
No, it's been good.
It's been easier than I think we both feared.
Yeah.
Definitely easier than I feared.
Big hill today.
Yeah, today's gonna be a test, but we've had 3 days to acclimate at these really high altitudes. So, and we got the Diamox in us. We'll do it. I feel like I'm breathing hard though.
Yeah.
We were way down there earlier. Do it.
4 miles.
4 miles. You're doing awesome. Those glacier overhanging glaciers. I've never seen those. It's awesome. All right, today's high pass is at 15,550 feet. Currently standing at 15,350 feet. So supposedly that's only 200 more feet up. It's a lot higher than that. Got some phenomenal views. I get Tres Lagunas. I just gotta get over this pass and then downhill all the way to camp. Coming down off Suelta Pass, down in the Huayhuash campground. Got 3 miles of downhill to get there. Joel just made us lunch. It was good. Keeps surprising us with the food, and we keep not being completely ready. Like, we'll snack and think that's our food, and then he springs up with more food for us. We're not exactly ready for it. We just have to snarf it to push it down. You've been okay pushing down the food that keeps coming up.
So much food.
It's so much food. And he keeps just making. He makes more than we can eat anyway, and then when we have time, we don't even know it's coming. And we'll sit down to bowl of soup and think that's dinner, and then there's 2 more courses after that. And we're full already. But the food's been really good. It's actually been surprisingly good. So can't complain. Just gotta learn to pace ourselves. It'd be easier to pace ourselves if we knew what we were in store for. If you look this way, it can look almost Rocky Mountainish. If you look this way, it doesn't look like Rocky Mountains. We've got about a little under 2 miles to go, probably about another hour and 15 minutes to get into Huayhuash camp and call it a day. Tomorrow's plan is to get up to almost 16,500 feet. Today we got up to almost 15,900. So I thought we were only getting to 15,500. So I thought tomorrow was going to be 1,000 feet higher. And as we were climbing up, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do another 1,000 feet tomorrow. But then we got to the top and I realized I had mismarked the top by almost 400 feet and of elevation. So yeah, so now I'm not as worried about tomorrow as I was. I think we can do it. I think the altitude's going to kick my butt, but man, I almost made it to 16,000 today. So that's what was kicking my butt today. And it's not anything other than hard. I mean, today's the highest I've ever been in my life. Yesterday was the highest I'd ever been in my life. Until then, yeah, I felt fine. I was just, having to going really, really slow, and that was it. But I think my really slow pace, I'm still not really good at pacing myself, even though I try. Jennifer's better at pacing herself, so it almost helps me to stay behind her, I think, to get my pace right. So yeah, I think tomorrow will be all right. I don't think it'll be as bad as I was afraid it would be. And I'd like to break 16,000 feet, so we'll go do it. I don't know. Looks like a June bug. You can see the mule dung. I don't know if it's a dung beetle. I don't know. It's the first one I've seen. We can't find our donkeys, and we're almost afraid that they're right there on the very top of that ridge. You can see them backed up against the mountain now. They've been bellowing, but David is not here to hear them. He's been gone an hour, and that direction, which is 180 degrees away, I'm not sure where he is. And so we may be camping here again tonight, which is totally fine. All right, we had a interesting morning, a lot of drama this morning. Couldn't find 3 of the mules or the horse, and David found his horse, but then was gone for almost 2 hours looking for the other 3 mules. Found them, we saw them while he was gone, and those were the 3. But he came back and found them himself, and had a 10 o'clock drop dead time for leaving, and he got back at 9:40. So we're headed up now, and Yoel is right behind us. I'm gonna wait because there's 2 options here on the trail. Make sure we take the right one. But yeah, so I think we'll be all right. We finally left the big groups behind. Feels a lot more like backpacking now. Mount Tapizio. You can tell why it was named that. The pass is right there ahead of us. I'm going under 2 miles to get to the top. I'm about 1,200 feet of elevation gain. Not too bad. That Sirac wall up in there. It's pretty cool. been really dry and rocky for the past mile or so, just below the pass. Look at all that. Just a path picked out between the rocks. Probably won't be able to see it, but there's some snow sleet falling. Not very hard or much of it, but it is there. That cloud right there in front of us has been looking a little ominous for a while now. That's what's throwing at us. Alright, so the start of day 5. We're here at Elefante campsite. Yeah, it's beautiful. Wasn't nearly as crowded here as it was the past 2 nights. But we came down from up in there yesterday, and just beautiful. Look at that. We're at almost 14,900 feet. Highest I've ever camped anywhere, and you can hear me just talking. Still at this height. still out of breath. But we got to climb up there to Santa Rosa Pass. That's Santa Rosa right there, and that's San Antonio right over there. And I'm going over Santa Rosa, and it's only like a 3.5 mile day, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then we're camped the same place the next 2 nights, so we're taking a down day tomorrow. So it should be good. And yeah, we're feeling good. And I need to go take my Diamox before I forget, otherwise this will be miserable. But yeah, it's been an amazing trip. I mean, we're halfway at the halfway point today. It's been great, absolutely great. It got really cold last night. There was ice, and a whole lot of ice everywhere. You can even see it. This is what came off the tent and hasn't melted yet. So yeah, it got pretty dang cold, but we were both really comfortable, so it worked out well. And so there she is, looking all pretty. There's her fancy ring that is melting in the sun. This climb up to Santa Rosa Pass starts right out of camp and is pretty brutal. And then there's a false pass up here. Alright, we made it to the false summit of the pass, and there's Santa Rosa Pass. That's where we're headed. Cows up here at 15,500 feet. Descending from Santa Rosa Pass up there. Cordillera Grande right there. We're headed down there. You can't see it now. It's about to drop off something crazy. It's a very steep descent. Santa Rosa is not supposed to be as bad as San Antonio, which is literally right on the other side of this ridge, but it's still steep. So I'm put the camera away and try not to fall. Cordillera Grande right there, looming above us. Our campsite is down there somewhere. We've descended for about the past 45 minutes and still have like 1,600 feet to descend. Crazy. It's the daily running of the mules. These mules go all over the place and they gotta track them down. Try to make a family-friendly video here. Of you. It's the morning of day 6. We're just now leaving camp. It's about 7:30 in the morning. It's windy and cold today, but not too bad. I'm leaving this beautiful camp. You can see Suela Grande up there. I mean, it's just beautiful, just beautiful. And we've got a long day, so we've got like 9.5 mile day, which is by far the longest distance we've done on this trip. By probably 2.5, 3 miles even. But 7 of that's pretty much all downhill, kind of like this. But then the other 2.5 is going to be almost straight uphill, and going to gain like 2,300 feet. It's going to be a low elevation. It's like from 11.7 to 14 or something like that. So I'm hoping low elevation will make it a little more tolerable, but it's also going to be at the back end of 7 miles of hiking, so we'll see. I've been here for 2 nights. Been nice. Much quieter camp than some of the others we've been at, so that was nice. Kind of interesting to note. So yeah, there's a family that lives here, like 2 kids and everything. It's the first time we've seen kids out on this trip, and kids come around every evening and kind of just talk around, and people give them candy and cookies. But one of them's out there right now helping round up mules, so that's kind of fun. They're little, like maybe 8 and 10, something like that. Today's a lot of miles and a lot of climb, but hopefully the low elevation will make that a little more tolerable. We'll see. Actually, that's the house. I think the other thing was a barn or storage area, but that's the house. You can hear the dog barking. Rock walls are just everywhere. They make pens with them, houses with them. It's incredible how many rock walls we've seen over the past week. We're at the lowest elevation we've been on the entire trip. This town down here, or village we're coming into, is at 11,700 feet. It's been completely steadily downhill from 14,000 to 11,700 all day, and then we got to climb back up to 14,000, so we got like 2,300 feet to climb here in just a half hour. It's toastier than it's been the whole trip because we're 2,000 feet lower. Been climbing all afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock. I've been climbing for about 2 hours, so it's steep. I kept telling me it wasn't going to be a hard day, but I could look at the stats and know better than that. You can see them. There's sheep all along that hillside. Not far from where I just pulled water that I thought would be the best water anywhere. Because Lord knows there wouldn't be any animals up there. There's sheep. There's also a dude. I see a guy over there. Holy cow. I don't know how well you can see it, but I think there's a house right there, and then look at all these walls, all these pins, all along around the mountainside. I mean, there's a dozen of them, just all along it. Right along the side of the mountain. Crazy. Places I wouldn't even want to walk, much less go build walls. been a grueling 2,300 foot ascent up to here. We're right at 14,000 feet. The trail's been about a mile and a half further almost than what I had mapped. But you can see the tents, so we're almost there. I think it's just us and the guided group of Americans and Australians here tonight. We've pretty much been with them the whole trip. It's the morning of day 8. Got really cold last night. Cold this morning. Wore our gloves and neck gaiters, and for the first time on this trip this morning. And we're headed up to the pass, which is right there. It's like 15,600 feet. So we're climbing about 1,500 feet this morning. We got about 450 more to go. Coming up on the top of the pass up there, you can see the people. The the pass marks the boundary between the Lima province and the Juarez province. So we're about to leave Lima, going to Juarez. It's a little bit like home right here, doesn't it? Down this side, just like that, but then of course you spin the camera over. It doesn't look as much like home right there. Right through there, right off the pass. Of course, we're at 15,600 feet, which is pretty hard to find those elevations back home. It's the morning of day 9. Check out this view already. Gotta head up to that pass, which is right at 16,000 feet. We're right at about 14.8, 14.9 now, so 1,200 feet to go up in 2 miles. A lot of altitude. Should be good. Got all day to do it. It's just another view in the Huayhuash. I mean, that's the best way to describe it, I feel like. Just another incredible view in the Huayhuash. We're headed up there. I thought we were at the top back there, but we were about 100 feet below our top elevation. We're at 16,000 feet. That mountain right there is the highest mountain in the Huayhuash. It's a mile higher than we are. It's crazy. It's over 21,000 feet. It's beautiful. Say, you could convince me this was Colorado if you just looked there. Right there, I would think we were at a 14er in Colorado, but then you pop there. Nope, that's the Andes. Big copper mine. That whole mountain looks like it's copper. This descent is no joke. We're almost done, but we've lost like over 2,000 feet. Losing over 2,000 feet in like a mile and a quarter, something like that. Very, very steep. Yeah, we're almost down, but not been easy. It's sunrise over the Huayhuash. This is our last morning, so it's the beginning of day 10, so it's the end of the trip. It's Friday, May 22nd, 2026. It's been a really, really nice trip. It's just something you're not going to see anywhere else. And the elevations we've been at and the views we've seen are just something you're just truly not going to get anywhere else. We're here, we're like the first groups coming out. So it's very much the shoulder season, but oddly enough, there's still a ton of people. So we had 2 or 3 camps that were quiet, and then 4 or 5 that were madhouses. This one was on the low end of madhouse, but it was still madhouse. But yeah, it's been an amazing trip. Just don't think there's anywhere else internationally you can get this big of a backpacking trip, this hard and this challenging and this rewarding. So it's been really good. I think we've got about 7.5 miles to go today. We got a ride going out to Yamak, and that'll be the end of the trip. And then we gotta drive 5 hours back to Juarez and get a hotel room and get cleaned up and something awful. And then tomorrow we pack and relax, and then we leave on Sunday. Yeah, so we'll talk more about it, but it's been a really nice trip, and she's been great. Look at her, she's chilly now, but she's been great. So we'll call it, we'll talk later. See, there might be a little bit of new snow up there on those slopes last night. Those mountains. One thing I've been talking about is there's no doubt I've drank more cow, donkey, horse water this week than the past week and a half, than probably my entire life cumulative. And knock on wood, I haven't gotten sick. Lots and lots and lots. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of livestock just right around where they're pulling water from, and they boil it. I've been letting them boil it, and I've been double treating it with a Sterapin for our drinking water. I've drank a whole ton of soup water and hot chocolate that's just been boiled water. Absolutely feel like this looks like the Ghost Recon game map. Whole trail you can barely even see right alongside the mountain. Straight down, straight up, rocks in the way, little cliffs, which is like it. Kind of a different little microclimate here, isn't it? 12.6 right now. We gotta get down to 10.6, and it's a mile and a half to get there. So that's a ton of elevation to lose in the next mile and a half, and then I'll be done. Since our high point yesterday, we've dropped over a vertical mile of elevation. We're almost down to just under 11,000 right now. Ascending down into Yamak at 10.7. And it's gotten toasty. We were wearing jackets yesterday at the pass at 15.8, and now it's hot. And it just occurred to me that the hotel is going to be hot. I got one little fan to blow in my face. That's alright. There'll still be a shower, a toilet with a seat, and hopefully a hamburger. So it'll make up. I'll sleep. We are coming down in Yamak. Reminds me so much of Cook City, Montana. It's crazy. Down to Yamak. Here we are. We're done. Find our gear, find our ride, head back to Juarez.
Okay.